Okay, once I got those brackets removed, we were able to get the entire turn signal mechanism removed. And you can pull this through. You just kind of got to snake it through the steering column and pull it out. And of course, installation is just the reverse of pulling it out. So now we're ready to come in here and get our ignition switch removed. Okay, so I should restate this. This is, I actually just called this piece right here the ignition switch, and that's not exactly accurate. This right here is the ignition switch, and it's mounted further up on the column. So this is actually where all the electrical connections are, and the electricity gets diverted through here and goes to turn the starter motor. So this is the switch, and this over here is actually the tumbler mechanism. But this is what we're trying to get out. To remove this, there's this little rectangular area that's right here. Okay, this little rectangular area, now it's solid, but what you have to do is you got to punch this out. And I've seen guys use screwdrivers and stuff like that, but I'm actually going to use a very small little chisel. Just come in here with a hammer and just kind of chisel basically a hole in this area. So let me get started on that, and then we'll be able to get this tumbler mechanism out. And that's all it took. You can see there's a hole in there. It's very, very thin, and it's aluminum. This whole outer part of the steering column is aluminum. The main part is steel. Okay, I got the lock cylinder out, and I'll show you that here in just a second, but I made a mistake. It's been several years since I've done this. This hole right here is not the one that you want to punch out, although it does help to get a screwdriver in there and kind of pry on it a little bit like that. What you need to punch out is this area right back in here. You can see that little slit? That's the area that you need to punch out. And let me show you why. Okay, here's the tumbler assembly. And my little other thing broke off. So it was pretty fragile. Anyway, so here's the tumbler assembly. This is what you're looking at for right here. This is very similar. If you watch my videos on how to remove the glove box latch from your C10, it's almost identical. This is a spring-loaded little tab like that, and this tab is caught right in this area. This is the big hole that we punched out. It's the little hole right there. This hole right there. That's where this little tab slides into. So you got to punch that out so that you can get in there with a little pokey tool or a very small little screwdriver, push in on the tab like that, and then the lock cylinder will come out. So this little tab here is the key. So punch it out right in there, push in on this little tab, and it's kind of hard to get out, at least mine was, because it's got some little, this is a little key that lines up with a hole, a little notch that's right down there in the bottom of the tumbler housing. So anyway, push that in, and then you pull out your tumbler assembly.